everybody, today we're going to be talking about the Grav3yard Girl Swamp Queen palette. My last Swamp Queen palette video wasn't a happy one because UPS destroyed my palette somehow in the mail, and I was really sad, but Sephora was fantastic and they were able to send me a new one. You can see what happened to my Grav3yard Girl palette in the video I posted a week or so ago. I'll link that down below for you guys. It was a pretty sad day for me, but today is a happy day because I have a new palette and I'm wearing it today. I'm wearing the eyeshadows, the blush, the highlight, which is pretty intense in the sun. Like, look at that nose. We're going to be talking about all things having to do with the palette today. First up, we have the packaging, which I absolutely love. I love this shiny gold lettering on the front. It says Tarte Grav3yard Girl Swamp Queen. I love the alligator with the wings because, you know, that's Bunny's thing, that's Swamp Family thing, and I love the textured packaging. I'm just so happy to have this not broken in my hands because I am a member of the Swamp Family. I love Bunny and her channel. I've been watching for years now, and it's just so exciting to actually have this. On the back we have Bunny there, she's pretty, and then we have a little info about Bunny, and then the palette itself, all the ingredients on the back. The palette itself looks very similar to the packaging. The same shiny gold lettering, the same texturized hard cardboard, and the same drawing, but on the back there is no bunny. It's just that same texturized cardboard. I love the golden edge. I'm really into golds. I think a lot of people are recently. And this is a hard plastic, while this is a really hard cardboard. I kind of wish the whole thing was a hard plastic, just for durability purposes. So let's go ahead and open it up on the inside. Now I have used this a couple times to test it out, so it is a little bit dirty, but there it is. That's what it looks like on the inside. It has a gigantic mirror that's also framed in this hard plastic as well as the shadows. And on it, it says, "Believe in yourself, love yourself, embrace your individuality," which is something Bunny came up with to put into the palette, and I love that. I think that's really cute, very Bunny. It also comes with this nice little brush, kind of a fluffy brush, but it is very dense. It has a wooden kind of bamboo handle and a gold metal piece, and it says Tarte on it, and that goes in right there. And these are all the shadows, the bronzer, the blush, and the highlight. This is what they look like. And we are going to first start off with the bronzer, brush, and highlight with some swatches. So first we have the bronzer in the shade Sweet Tea, which is very Bunny. Here is Sweet Tea swatched on the back of my hand. It is a little bit chunky. It is a very soft powder. It is a very pretty shade, but it's not really coming across on the camera, but it is kind of orangish, a little too orange for my particular very pale skin tone. But it is very pretty. There are tiny little golden glitters in there, if you can see that. And it is a very pretty shade. I love the name Sweet Tea because, you know, Bunny can't go without her sweet tea. Next is the blush in the shade Does This Thing Really Work?, which is her video series about testing as seen on TV products, and I love that series. Okay, so there we have the blush, not brush, blush right there. It also has a little bit of small glitter in it, small golden glitter. It is a very pretty shade, and it's a little more stiff than the bronzer. Lastly, on the face products, we are going to be swatching the highlighter, which is in the shade Gator Wings, which I love. Now, this highlighter is crazy soft and very glittery, but also a little bit chunky, so you might need to work it in to the skin some. But it is gorgeous, and this also has glitters in it. You can see it reflecting on the tip of my nose, and then on my cheeks, and then a little bit on my forehead. It will definitely highlight. But it is very pretty. This is what got damaged most in my original broken palette. It was just absolutely everywhere. It looked like beautiful fairy dust covering the palette. That kind of speaks a little bit to how soft it actually is. It is a very soft highlighter. Next up, we're going to be swatching each of the eyeshadow shades. Why is that so hard for me to say? The first shade we'll be swatching is right here, and it is hashtag SFS, which I also have a really hard time saying, which stands for Swamp Family Strong. Then next we have Natural Peaches, and then we have Dogman here at the end. Okay, here's that first row swatch on the back of my hand. Here we have hashtag SFS, and it is a really pretty shimmery shade. It's a little bit of like a pinkish gold, maybe a rose gold color, and this is a shimmer, and there are maybe tiny micro glitters in it. Next to that, we have Natural Peaches, which is a pretty peach matte shade. This one is a lot stiffer than SFS, but it's still very pretty. Then lastly, we have Dogman, which is a glitter shade. It's kind of hard to tell on my arm when it's like this, but in the actual palette itself, if you can see here how there's a golden glitter in it. Once you take it out of the actual pan, use the brush with it, it kind of just becomes a bronzy brown matte shade. The next row we will be swatching is right here, starting with Big Baby, Sassy Bun, and Sippy Sippy. Okay, starting from over here, we have Big Baby, which is a very pale, slight pink color. Matches my skin tone pretty well. I used it all over the lid today. Next up, we have Sassy Bun, which is absolutely beautiful. It's probably one of my favorite shades in the entire palette. It's a lovely shimmer. It doesn't have big chunky glitter. It's beautiful. And then next to it, we have Sippy Sippy, which is a matte brown shade with big hunks of gold glitter, if you can see that. The gold glitter, kind of like with Dogman, goes away once you buff it into the eye or on the skin. So if you kind of just I blew on it, and now all the gold glitter is pretty much gone. So this is basically just a matte brown shade. Because of the gold glitter though, if you can see here, it sets in the pan kind of chunky. So the gold glitter kind of throws off the formula for me personally. Last row we have to swatch is the bottom row here, and we have Haunting, Uncommon, and Man Cat. I like that they put all of these purpley shades together. I love the names of these though, they are so very bunny. Here are the three shades swatched on my hand. We first have Haunting, then Uncommon, and Man Cat. They're all very pretty purpley shades. Haunting is a shimmery type shade, a very pale purple. Then we have Uncommon, which is kind of like the Sassy Bun shade. It's kind of like a shimmer, and it also is like a pale mauve purple. And then finally we have Man Cat, which is the darkest purple shade and the darkest shade in the palette probably, and it is a matte shade. And those are the final three eyeshadow shades in the palette. Okay, now the biggest question, is the palette worth it? To me, yes. I saw this palette when it first came out and I was like, I have to have it. It is bunny. I don't care what's in here. I want it. I wanted this palette because I like Grav3yard Girl, Bunny, and her channel. But for those of you who aren't Grav3yard Girl fans, that question still remains. Is the palette itself, for the makeup, not connected to Bunny, is it worth it? If you have no connections to Grav3yard Girl at all, is this worth it? And my answer is, maybe not. Maybe not. I love the packaging again. The mirror is great. I love that you get face products and eye products and a brush. That is fantastic. If you are a lover of Tarte, you might also enjoy this, but I don't know if all the eye products and the face products are truly up to Tarte standards. Tarte blush is my absolute favorite blush, but this blush might not be the best. I'm not really a huge fan that there's glitter in most of this because a lot of it falls out. You will get a lot of fallout. You're going to get glitter all over you when you use this. A lot of these shades are softer than others. Some of them are more stiff. Some of them are more glittery. It's just really what you think is worth it. I would suggest if they have any of these left in stores, go swatch it for yourself. See how you feel about the palette. If you're super attracted to these colors, then go for it. It is a really pretty palette. It's nicely made. But if you think you already have these colors in another palette, I might say skip this one. Again, I love Bunny, and I love just how like indicative of Bunny this is. Like, she could have gone more generic, but no, that is not Bunny. She is unique as they come. She made this palette, the packaging and everything, very unique, and then she made the shades on the inside something that suited her and she thought other people would enjoy. Sure, she could have done green and yellow and more like swampy colors, but on the average day, most people don't really wear those colors. So she did try to use colors that she likes to use and that she knew other people would like to use. I absolutely love the names. Sweet Tea, she always has sweet tea. The blush is named after her video series. Gator Wings, obviously, like that's, give an alligator its wings. Swamp Family Strong. Dogman is the name of her boyfriend. She always calls herself a big baby. Sassy Bun, how she wears her hair. Sippy Sippy is what she says when you take a big drink. Like everything is just so bunny. Haunting, she used to talk about ghosts in her original videos. Uncommon, she always does those uncommon objects hauls. And then Main Cat is like in devotion to her cat that passed away. And I love that this is just so Bunny. If somebody who watched Bunny all the time saw this and didn't see that Graveyard Girl was on it, they'd be like, oh, Bunny must have made this palette. Because you know automatically. Other than that, if you're not a big Bunny fan, I would say you would be okay skipping this palette. Just because the shadows maybe aren't up to par with normal Tarte shades, and you probably have these shades in another palette if you are a makeup lover or collector. Other than that, I love it. I'm so glad to have it in my collection. It sits right up on the top shelf of my makeup stand, and I think it's beautiful, and I will definitely use it, and I personally love it. So if you're going to get this palette, I really hope you love it too. If you're unsure about it, maybe test it out, see if somebody else you know has one that you can swatch for yourself, but just make an informed decision about whether or not you want to spend the money on this palette. I personally am really glad I did. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.